And if we win that game, it's one more.
We did not win that game. We did not win the next game. We did not win the next game. It's Eric Lilly. It's Chuck Walter. The Cats finished the season 7-5. Lilly and I may get in a fist fight today. I honestly hope I get fired from this show when it's all said and done. I don't want to talk about these teams anymore. It sucks. So, yeah, I guess maybe I got to go an old Ole Miss journalist and, pull the old Lane Kiffin. No, I'm not going to do that. But, man, Cats fall. Final score 45-23. I was watching the game from down in Florida. They actually flipped it to the Northwestern Illinois game in the third quarter. So that's when the game sucks. So I didn't even get to watch the end of it. I don't think I missed much. I actually watched some of it when it was a decent game. And then TCU rattled off a bunch of points in the second half. There was a long rain delay, 2-hour weather delay in this one. There was a play early on where Cyrus Allen, all he had to do was fall forward to get the first down. He doesn't get it. Then all Scott Satterfield has to do is get under center, and Chuck Walter's not going to be mad. And unfortunately, he does not get under center. He goes in shotgun. They don't get the first down. There's the 3-3-5 going on with a 4th and 1. UC just doesn't load up the box, and TCU, of course, scores. It's bad, man. Scott Satterfield's 1-11 in November. It is bad. Tell me why, because I know the logical reason is UC just can't financially do it, but tell me why a coach that's now 15-21 deserves a 4th year.
It's not. See, this is where I get in trouble because I studied sports management in college, and I know it's a lame way to look at college sports, but I kind of look at it as an athletic director, and especially when you might have 2 fires to put out at once, it's like, what's the bigger problem right now? So to me, that 3-9, 5-7, 7-5, a lot of programs in our position are not firing that coach. And I honestly, after this show, I'm going to start looking because I keep seeing how can we justify not firing? I don't think programs of our level fire college football coaches after 3 years in this situation. I just don't think it's a thing. Having said that, I'm a little concerned here, Chuck, about next year. And
we just see the writing on the wall with both basketball and football, and that's why this is frustrating. It's like we got to do these shows every day, and we just know that this is going to end up in a coaching search with both teams. Louisville fans told us, and we listened, honestly. But we got a little bit of false hope, and
we're going to be hiring you.
We've crumbled 3 straight years. I'll go out there in a visor and talk like I'm from North Carolina, man. Stop with the hiring North Carolina coaches. Have we learned our lesson? It's not a fit in this city. Clearly, North Carolina does not work in Cincinnati.
I got to check and see if Josh Schertz is from North Carolina, or is Jared Calhoun from North Carolina? Hold on 1 second here. Josh
Take
Schertz,
10.
Brooklyn, New York. There we go.
We're good.
We'll take Schertz, and then let's check Jared Calhoun. Liverpool, Ohio. Okay, we're safe on both counts here.
Yeah, the North Carolina experience has not worked out well. And I'm not really a Southern guy by any means. I don't have that twang in my voice, and I'm not very polite. I'm very blunt. So when I lived down in Alabama, I didn't fit in with most of the people down there. They were all so polite. And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? Why don't you talk like – so when they get up to the podium and they're just so polite and the dadgummits and the all shucks, and I just can't get behind that. I want some fire. I want the Lane Kiffin. I want him going after us.
Oh, man, Lane would be something else here. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But, we could use, to what you just said, it brings up a point, we do need some sort of fire that fans can get behind. And West did have that for a year or two, I think. And then after that 3rd year, the questions started getting asked, and the fire is gone. The excitement's gone. And anytime something good has happened the last 5 years, we lose the next game for both sports.
Doesn't the fire kind of feel fake?
Well, now it does, but back then it didn't, right? Yeah,
we all bought it. I mean, Houdini said that Wes Miller should run for senator, and now, I guess he could follow in the path of Tommy Tuberville, but I'm not voting for him.
I think Wes would be he would win I think he could be a decent politician, but he would not want to do that. That doesn't seem like him.
All right, so let's break down the season, because I really don't want to talk about this game whatsoever. It was never really close. UC pulled it within. Did they pull it within 21-17 in the first half, or was that like beginning of the third? Before
it was 24-17. Yeah, that was that right out of?
Who cares?
No, that was right before halftime. And then they scored again, I think. Yeah.
If you wanted a deep dive at this TCU game, you're not going to get it. What you're going to get is real talk about the state of this program right now. They finished 7-5. The Cats were 7-1 going into prime time against Utah, and then November hit. And November has hit every single season, to where Scott didn't win a game this November. Scott didn't win a game last November. Who did he beat in November? Did he beat Houston like the first year in November?
Yeah.
That's what it had to have been. So, I mean, we're sitting in this spot, and I remember being off the bench with Tom Brenneman, dude, 3 years ago. And he asked what I thought about the hire of Scott Satterfield. And I said, look, it's one of those things. It was after the first season, actually. I said, it's one of those things where you're not going to fire him one season in. But I promise you, this is not going to work out. You just saw kind of the writing on the wall. It's the way they play. It's just, I feel like this team has talent and they don't utilize it. It's frustrating. And now you sit here 7-5. You got a bowl game coming up. Great. I guess you're taking strides in the right direction, but decent teams, decent coaches find a way to win one of their final four when they have to win one of their final four, especially with two of them at home. He's yet to beat a good team. He's lost to Miami, Ohio. I don't feel good about the state of the program right now. And I said program in the words of Scott Satterfield. I should say program. It doesn't feel like it's going to work out here. And we're going to have to sit through it for another season. Just like Wes Miller, I can guarantee it is not going to work out here. And we have to sit through another 5 months before we start looking for a new head coach. And this is a terrible spot to be in. Like, you said that Louisville fans were in hell with Kenny Payne and with Bobby Petrino. No, that's not hell. Because when shit hits the fan like that, you fire coaches quickly. Hell is a step worse than being god awful and you're stuck in purgatory with coaches that you know are not going to work out, but they're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, I still think it's hell. I mean, that's a semantic. I'm not going to get into the semantics. I get your point. Yeah, but it really does feel like both of our programs are kind of in purgatory. Goes along with what we said about it not being exciting right now. It's like you can't really see it going great, and you also worry that it won't get as bad as it can be to where you make a change. So we're stuck in this middle ground of like being just below average. And, you know, we got J-Dubs 40 in the comments here asking about next season. We're losing all our talent from this year. Hard to see things going well. And seriously, before the season, I said this is a big year for Satterfield because it's going to be scary in year 4. All the work they have to do this winter, we're losing our core. Obviously, TBD on Sorsby. I would say he's probably going to go. He's going to get a lot of money from, you know, Texas Tech, SEC, Miami. And
he was great, man. He had a really good quarterback, and we weren't able to win more than 7 games.
I feel bad for him. Like, we didn't get him. What did we get? Like 3 turnovers all year. Like, every mistake he makes gets criticized under a microscope. But every other quarterback of his level, the defense is getting the ball back for them. They're getting second chances. When things go wrong, they can fix it. We are not giving this guy any help. I feel bad for him. Hope he stays because you know, that's the path to having a really good team is having a quarterback like that. But for the rest of the team, we have a blank slate heading into year 4. That's a scary situation as a head coach, in my opinion. They have to nail this portal. Absolutely nail it. We're losing Royer. We're losing our heart and soul of our program, Gavin Gerhardt. I could list off about 20 players right now we're about to lose. Good news, Chuck. We're losing the whole defense. The defense is out of here. So let's get some guys in that can run this 3-3-5 and make it look competent, because I know a lot of people complain about how stupid it is, but Iowa State got to Arlington last year running it. We have just as much financial support as Iowa State. We can do it. Something happened. I actually think the D-line is our problem. think we have some guys that are playing out of position. It just looks wrong to me. So this winter, we have to nail those D-line replacements. And the defense is a problem.
All right. So we've been legit fist fighting verbally through our chat tonight. Niehaus, Houdini, myself, obviously we're on the train of John Cunningham goes first, like 20 minutes from now. Wes Miller honestly should have gone last week. He goes after the Cats lose to Xavier in the crosstown shootout. That's coming. You guys are in denial. I think we're winning that game. We haven't won there since I was getting first communion. I don't think we're winning this year after we lose to Eastern Michigan. And then I guess Scott Satterfield would be the one after. Apparently the buyout kicks in to $7 million on January 1st. That's still a lot of money. So this is the sports management side of you as compared to the, I guess, realist side of me. The realist side of me says you got to make the changes quickly or you just fall further into irrelevancy because it's not going to get better. I truly don't believe it's going to get any better. You don't believe it's going to get any better. The issue is that we don't really have the money to first of all, John Cunningham, if he fires both of these coaches at once, he's gone. Like, you can't just be like, yeah, I suck at my job. I missed out on both these coaches, but donors, please fork up $15 million to pay for my mistake. Like, he can't do that. Would he be the first to go in this situation, or is Wes Miller going to be the first to go?
I think Cunningham's the last to go. I know I'm the only person that says this. This is the athletic director in me. I just feel like there's so many excuses that people don't.
How do you even fire an AD?
That he can.
Like, seriously, they've always left.
It doesn't happen. I was going to say they always leave. This is the thing. You have to really mess up. And the thing, we're in purgatory, not hell. And
no, we're in hell, dude. We suck.
For him,
we're terrible.
Forward now is like attendance. It's starting to decline. Fans are starting to get over that edge. And now we'll see what happens, because that's when, Pinto might be like, hey, what's the deal? Like, the last couple of years, the teams weren't doing very well, but we were making money. Now, if people aren't showing up, that's when things start to happen with athletic directors, I think. So to me, he has excuses. And the excuses are, one, I hired Wes Miller in the American. I was not expecting to be in the Big 12. I think that's a fair excuse. He's a decent, I don't think Wes is the worst coach in the country. He brought energy. We sold out the arena for 3 years. He tricked us into thinking we were going to be really good. A president is like, yeah, you're right. We were selling out the arenas. That's not a horrible hire. And then for Satterfield, it's like, we're doing this transition. We have a small budget. We're hiring a Big 12 coach on an American budget. We just started getting our checks this year. He can play that game. So I think there's actual real excuses here for John.
Man,
now Wes, he's out of excuses. Even if everyone gets hurt this year and we suck, I'm sorry, this is year 5. Sorry the injuries happened this year. Tough luck type thing.
Yeah. Speaking of tough luck, man, the special teams with just a complete 180, they were so good to start the season. And from Utah on,
game broke them.
They were terrible. They were the worst unit. They muffed a punt today. We got Swiss cheese from Vite Farms. That's what I call our defense now. It's not Pepperidge Farm. It's Swiss cheese from Vite Farms. That's what the defense feels like to me. It just doesn't feel any good. Do you think that Scott Satterfield would make a change, or is he not in the business of making changes?
I think I think Vite's going to get another year and get new players in to fit the scheme better. But I also think the defense is the problem right now. I know special teams is kind of flamed out the last couple of weeks. It's bad. They had a good start to the season, but again, we are giving our offense zero room for error all year. Zero. You have to be able to throw a pick every once in a while and not lose the game because of it. And, Brendan, the pick against Arizona was really stupid. The first one, you don't want to start a game that way. But again, go through any quarterback with his stats and look at what the defense is doing for them. We have how many picks do we have this year? 1? I mean, you have to get the ball back. You have to be able.
We had one that got called back, right?
Yeah. And I know the offense is frustrating right now and it feels like they're hitting a brick, but think about you're doing a good job at work. You're doing a good job, very good job. And everyone else on the other side of your aisle is just screwing you over the whole time. Like you're going to step back. You're going to get worse because it feels like you're drowning. Like we're just not giving these guys a good chance on offense, in my opinion.
Amen, man. And to go back to that play where we just didn't stack the box, and there were two side-by-side pictures. There was the one of us on the first drive of the game, UC facing 4th and 1, and it looks like a normal stacked box in that situation. And then there was a picture of UC's, and it's just 3 linemen, and everyone's sagging back 7 feet. There's like 5 feet of separation on the receivers if they did just want to go a slant. I mean, it's like, tell me how we didn't get that stop there. I'm being facetious. It literally, like, that box, it looked like a Long John Silver's box, with some flaccid shrimp in there and a hush puppy. I mean, that thing was not loaded at all. It was weak. And that's what frustrates me about this 3-3-5, but it was bend don't break all season. And there were some moments where I felt like it was pretty good. Is it safe to say that the offense was significantly better than the defense this season, or how do you feel about the totality of those two units?
For sure. Our offense should have been better. The defense is to blame. Special teams lately has been a problem for sure because they're creating problems. And again, we have to play perfect right now because the defense is not forcing turnovers. And just think about the Brian Kelly days.
Yeah.
We were bend, don't break. But what did Mike Mickens and D'Angelo Smith do, Chuck?
Pick 6, baby.
Like we had the perfect special
Terrell
teams.
Bird strip sack.
Yeah.
Connor Barwin.
You can only get away with it for so long. And like we talked about it all year. I thought there was a chance we could keep getting away with it, but I also thought we would start forcing a turnover. But look at the fumble today. I don't know if you saw that one or if it was after he got kicked off the TV in Florida. There's a fumble, bounces like 3 or 4 times. We have 3 guys jump on it. TCU recovers for a touchdown. It's like that summed up the season for me. There's your chance. We had the pick 6 we should have had versus Nebraska. There's your chance.
Oh, we never
big
had a
swing
chance.
plays.
I told you that our record was 7-5, and you texted me yesterday and you said counting us at 7-5 before the season's over. You did have a funny comment because I said I went through all the teams that we had played this season and their final records, and you went, dude, Iowa State and who was it? Oklahoma State are playing each other. They can't both lose the game. And I said, no, they're both going to lose the game. For the sake of this argument, they're both losing this game, man. But I told you they were losing this game. Like, I mean, I'm sorry to be so negative on this show, but like we all know what's happening. If you have blind faith right now, you're an idiot. Like,
I mean, this is
we're
the
not
time
going
to
to
be
win.
negative.
We're going to lose
me
the bowl
saying
game.
that.
I don't even know where we're going to play. We're going to lose.
Yeah, maybe Memphis. I don't know. Liberty Bowl. We heading down there, Chuck, for a road trip.
Man, I went to Beale Street about a decade ago when they played Vanderbilt. I think Kelsey was on that team. And the crazy thing is I didn't even think much of Kelsey at the time. I was just like, yeah, he's a pretty good tight end.
Can you imagine what Diego Pavia would do to our defense if we played Vanderbilt?
Please no.
We would absolutely get. Yeah. Anyways. And J-Dubs 40. Is our NIL resources that mid? They are mid, but again, John Cunningham, UC, they won NIL awards last year. We were the number one. We won an award for our NIL because we are very efficient with our money. That's why we've been retaining players in both sports that we want to retain. I think that's about to start changing based on stuff we're hearing about Sorsby and. But to this point, we've been keeping almost every player we want to keep, and that's pretty impressive for a mid to low level Power 4 program. Unfortunately, we didn't win when we were doing that. So,
yeah, money can't buy happiness, and it can't buy an above 500 record in the Big 12. Although, did we finish above 500?
Texas Tech.
What were we? 4-4.
We were 2-1 heading into the Big 12, so we're 7-5. Let's do some quick math here. We're 5-4.
Okay, so successful season. Extend Satterfield. Here's one real quick, Lily.
Hey, don't say that too loud.
No, clip me. Extend them. I want Satterfield forever. I'm really enjoying losing every single game in November. And while you're at it, extend west. It's fun. Like literally, I could turn this into a comedy show because it's so pathetic. The sports teams that we are watching right now. No Name says Prez Pinto needs to go. And then Sensi Yak responds saying enrollment and academics are better than ever. This is where college sports loses me. The fact that the president has like a say in how your athletics department is going, and at the same time is worried about science and DAP. And like, are you kidding me? It's just a weird dynamic. It's like you're paying dudes millions of dollars to play sports now. Millions. It's no longer collegiate football. It's legit semi-professional football. And at the same time, the guy making decisions is worried about freaking bachelor's degrees. It's just like, it doesn't make sense right now. And I don't even know how you fire a president. I don't even know how you fire an AD. Typically, they just leave. You get a Santa Ono and he says, "Go Bearcats, I'm gone." So I don't know, man.
Bring Santa back. No. Yeah, I mean, nothing horrible.
One of my buddies was hammered at the shootout. He's a Xavier fan. He's like, "Santa, you suck." And Santa took the high road. He was the nicest guy ever. So I always have respect
Santa's
for him.
a good sport. Look, shout out No Name WG6IP. Chuck, you just mentioned we're losing at Xavier. You know how this goes as a Cincinnati fan. We're going to beat Xavier. We're going to get our hopes back up. And then we're going to play Houston a couple weeks later and lose by 40.
It nixes itself out because they're from Cincinnati too. So you can't use that rule against another Cincinnati team. And I know that someone's going to pop in, Norwood. They're from Cincinnati. Like, come on. No Name says with $10 attached to it. First of all, we appreciate that more than you know, No Name. Thank you for being a fan of the program. Says if West loses at Xavier, then we need to fire our American Athletic Conference athletic director, Johnny effing Cunningham. I mean, if he went by Johnny effing Cunningham, maybe we'd win some games. Satterfield and not so Miller time. They may be AAC talent, but so is Johnny. Look, he was running the Minnesota program before he came here. And I know, Lily, we had this argument. I said I'd be a better athletic director than John Cunningham because I'd fire everyone. And you said that would make you a terrible athletic director because they'd have no money to hire anyone else. But for the life of me, why did we hire a guy from Minnesota? Like, did he – I guess he probably hired Mr. Row the Boat, like had some success there with that run or what? Because Minnesota kind of sucks at everything always.
He worked under some prestigious athletic director. I'm drawing a blank on which. It was also TCU, I believe. Minnesota, TCU, Boise.
And he seems like a great guy. That's the worst part. He's a good fundraiser. Like, he's good at things that matter. He's just not good. And it's not that he's not good. He just he made a mistake in Wes Miller, clearly, and Scott Satterfield verdict's out. I don't know who they would have hired, like, because we wanted Dion on the fans.
See, Tanner.
I don't know if that would have been much better.
Tanner in the mentions, he gets it. That's it right there. That's Cincinnati sports. That's what's going to happen. We're going to extend the purgatory, Chuck.
Yeah, he says, I'm fully prepared for West to squeak into the tournament, lose first round, and then we're stuck with him another year. Cincinnati fandom at its finest. Here's the thing, Lily. He'd never lost a quad 4 game before the other day. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, that's a bad loss. That's one that, like, it's hard to overcome. Sure. Like, tournament teams don't lose quad 4 games. And if you do, you better, like Mick did the one year, you better go like 11-7 in the Big East, 11-7 in the Big 12. And who has confidence that this team is winning games in the Big 12? I mean, they looked awful against Mount St. Mary's. They needed Dayton to shoot like 2 of 29 from 3 to win that game. The writing's on the wall, man, with the basketball program. It's not going well.
I do get the sense, we're we can talk about anything we want. This is our show. Let's talk a little basketball. I'm the optimist of the crew, right? And it was hard to watch that Eastern Michigan game and not think it's over. But at the same time, these are kids. It's early in the season.
See, that's where you lose me, Lily. They're not kids. Every single one of them is a grown man. They're grown men.
Like, it's college guys. maybe someone got their girlfriend dumped them before the game. We don't know what's going
Maybe, but
on.
guess what? That can happen to grown men too. And the difference is you're old enough to drink yourself into oblivion at this age. So that's the only difference. At that age, you got the world in front of you. The only thing they can't do that we can do is rent a car. Aside from that, by the law, they're grown ass men making grown ass men money.
Can Kirk Risa rent a car? I think he might be able to.
Potentially, yeah.
I forget the age cutoff for renting cars. Actually, he might not.
Car and take Wes back down to North Carolina. Hey, coach, we're going to drop you off at this year Bojangles. We're going to shot doctors running the team the rest of the way.
I want to bring up something next year. So someone in the comments said we need to talk about next year. So I'm going to do a quick look at our Big 12 schedule next year. And I think honestly the biggest tension with Satterfield and the fans right now, like obviously the November talking point, falling down the stretch. To me, the biggest thing is these stinking home games. Losing to Miami at home. And then last year, it felt like we lost every home game. And then this year, we're 7-1. Vibes are high. Arizona's a good team. We should beat them at home. BYU's a really good team. We should play better and probably should beat them at home. And look who's coming to town next year, Chuck. We have 4 home games. Utah, Texas Tech, Kansas State, Colorado. Those are your 4. It just feels like it's a 1-3, right?
We'll storm the field after beating Dion.
Yeah, you cannot, if you want to win the fan base back, we don't want to walk out of the stadium with our heads boiling, not going to Short Vine to have a post-game celebratory beer. I feel like I haven't done that in so long as a fan. And that's to me, that's the biggest issue with 7-5 of winning your home games versus 7-5 and winning your road games.
You got anything else? You got anything else for me? Because frankly, Warriors are playing the Pelicans. I'm gonna tune in to Zion Williamson running up and down the floor. Curry's hurt, so we can go NBA now if you want. You can talk your Jazz. I'll talk my Warriors. I'm following the association closely right now, and all I want, man, is for a freaking UC player to pop. Can you imagine? Davidson did it.
Player?
Why can't UC? And I know it's rare. Murray State did it. Why can't UC? Can you imagine if we just had an all NBA talent come from Cincinnati, how much fun it would be to get their jerseys and their rookie cards? It's all we want, man. And we can't get anyone in the league. It's been 20 years. I freaking went online today and bought myself a Kenyon Martin rookie card. You know how much that costed? $1.99. $1.99 because no one wants it. He didn't pan out in the NBA. I mean, it's been bad all throughout. Shout out Kenyon though. I bought the rookie.
He had a good career. He had just a decent career, not fully bust, but the injuries. It is sad though. As an NBA fan,
he had a career to the point where in 30 years you'll never hear his name again. Which is sad.
I don't know. He's still in the media. He'll find a way. But Lance, him, Gary played a little. SK played a little. It's not we need that star, and it's been so long. UK fans, just think about what they get to do when the NBA's on. Oh yeah, every team that's on, there's a player from UK, and we can't get one, just one. It is kind of
NFL. We had so many under Fickle, and has Satterfield gotten anyone to the league yet?
We have a couple this year. Yeah, I'm sure there's someone. Off the top of my head, I can't come up with it, but we're going to have a decent draft this year, I think, which is, it's nice, but you're supposed to do that after winning 9 or more games, Yeah,
it makes it more frustrating to me when you have talent, you have some dudes that are being talked about as top 10 players at their position, and you lose the last 4 games of the season. And I don't think TCU is anything special, and they steamrolled us today, man. They just took it to the Cats. And again, it wasn't because of Sorsby. Let's give you the final numbers for the final time this season. We're going to cover a bowl game. It sounds like hopefully it's the Duke's Mayo Bowl or the Pop-Tart Bowl for content purposes solely. But Sorsby went 23 of 33 for 282 and 3 touchdowns, 10 carries for 59 yards. He had over 330 yards all purpose. He did his job, man. And defensively, They gave up 45 points to TCU. They gave up 544 yards of total offense. They gave up third down efficiency, 6 of 14, fourth down efficiency for TCU, 3 of 3 compared to 0 of 2 for UC. We turned it over once. TCU didn't turn it over once. Like, overall, that's just kind of the story of the season. We gave up a lot of yards. We didn't turn anyone over. And regardless of what the record says at 7-5, I know we would have said before the season that's a successful year. The way that it ended, it's hard to think that this was a successful season, especially since I think we did have some talent. So that's my final thoughts on the regular season of the Cincinnati Bearcats. When's the Hoops team play next? Did they just forfeit the season? I haven't heard anyone talk about our next game.
We got Tarleton State on Monday. We should do our shootout. We should do a little shootout talk about the Martinos, number 1, and number 2. Let's just make our predictions right now, Chuck.
Xavier 71, UC 67. I don't think Cincinnati's got. I mean, you can't bet on UC to win that game, dude. You can't. They haven't won at the Centos Center since literally 2001 or 2. It was 20-something years ago, and every year we felt like we're going to dominate Xavier in that building. We come out flat, and the fact that we looked so flat against Eastern Michigan, I just don't think as a reasonable human being you can give a take that we're going to win that game. Like, I would love for UC to win that game, obviously. I hate Xavier, but this doesn't feel like the year we're going to win that building, which is crazy because a week ago I said there is absolutely no chance. I Sharpied that thing. I gave a mortal lock on the program, but
hold the line.
They've gotten a little bit better since then, and we've just drastically gotten worse. It's remarkable how the more this team plays together, regardless of who the players are, they get significantly worse every month that goes by. And that's not hyperbole. That's a fact. So I think we're going to lose. But Martino's, it's going to be a blast. If we do lose, we're not going to lose because we got the Martino's miracle against Kansas, and we're going to get another Martino's miracle. We're not
exactly.
We're going to will them to victory from the top floor of Martino's.
And we're going to, before the game, guys, head on over. We'll have a therapy session. We're going to talk football. We're gonna talk about how Chuck wants to fire everybody.
Before the Xavier game, we're not talking football. Why the hell would we talk?
We'll be talking everything. You don't want to talk about
Bishop ball, baby. We'll give out our
SEC team.
Yeah, I texted Niehaus today. I said, "Who's going to win the Catsby's? It's got to be Golday, right? Like, who else would we give the Catsby to?
It's him or Sorsby. No other options.
Or someone from the baseball team. That's who it is.
Yeah, we should give it the. Why am I drawing a blank?
Carrington Cross, right?
Thank you. Yeah, Carrington Cross.
Yeah, Carrington Cross.
Those are the 3 right there.
We'll just say it right now. Carrington Cross wins Catsby's. He's our Catsby of the year. So congratulations! It's in January, but yeah, you got a month until then. This is Chatterbox Bearcats. Eric Lilly, Chuck Walter. Subscribe to the show. Hit that like on YouTube. We appreciate our super chat today from our guy No Name. We'll see you after Tarleton State. And the good thing is, Lily, I mush everything I say. So UC probably will beat Xavier. Damn it. I think I just mushed it the other way. What do I do here? Do I mush it again? I don't know. Anyways, Chatterbox Bearcats. Peace, everyone.